50 Cent, the bankruptcy genius. The successor to the disaster. Yesterday, we witnessed the financial tragedy of Mike Tyson. We saw how the baddest man on the planet became a helpless child before his accountants, losing $400 million and selling his palace for pennies. But every story has two sides. As Tyson walked out the back door of that mansion, another man walked in through the front door. That man was Curtis Jackson, alias 50 Cent. But don't get confused, this isn't your typical rapper spends money story. This is the story of how a man who took 9 bullets in the street developed a financial intelligence superior to many Wall Street CEOs. Tyson went broke out of ignorance. 50 Cent went broke out of strategy. Today, we are going to break down, step by step, how this genius turned water into gold, and how he used the word bankruptcy as a magic trick to protect his fortune from the vultures. The University of the Street. To understand why 50 Cent didn't end up like Tyson, we have to go back to the year 2000. 50 Cent wasn't a child sports prodigy. He was a survivor. In the year 2000, he was shot 9 times at close range in front of his grandmother's house. A bullet in his hand, arm, hip, legs, chest, and one in his left cheek. He survived by a miracle. And here is where the mental shift happens. While he was in the hospital, Columbia Records fired him. No one wanted to work with a dead man walking. In that moment, 50 Cent understood something Tyson never grasped. No one is coming to save me. He developed a paranoid distrust of managers and decided he would control every penny that entered his pocket. While Tyson signed blank checks for Don King, 50 Cent audited his own accountants. That paranoia is exactly what saved him from ruin. The alchemy of water. His first master move wasn't an album, it was a bottle of water. In 2004, the people at Glacio Vitamin Water noticed 50 Cent drinking their product at the gym. They offered him the standard deal, a $500,000 check to smile in a commercial. This is where 99% of athletes and artists fail. They accept the quick cash. 50 Cent looked at them and said, "I don't want your money. I want to be a partner." He negotiated a percentage of the company, equity, in exchange for becoming the face of the brand. But he didn't just lend his face. He worked like an employee. He created the Formula 50 flavor, made his video game characters drink the water, and mentioned it in his lyrics. He turned a boring water brand into a pop culture icon. You already know the result. In 2007, Coca-Cola bought Glacio for $4.1 billion. It is estimated that 50 Cent walked away with between $60 and $100 million in a single bank transfer. He went from selling illegal products on the corner to selling water to Coca-Cola. That is evolution. The Octopus strategy and the Bitcoin mystery. But vitamin water was just the appetizer. 50 Cent understood that music wasn't the product. Music was the marketing tool to sell other products. He applied what I call the Octopus strategy. He put his tentacles into every industry possible. First, clothing. He launched G-Unit clothing. While other rappers were just wearing brands like Gucci or Versace, 50 Cent was selling his own tank tops and sneakers. That clothing line generated over $100 million in revenue at its peak. Then, video games. He released 50 Cent Bulletproof. It wasn't a masterpiece, but it sold millions of copies because he knew his audience wanted to be him. But the most fascinating story, and the one that drives financial analysts crazy, is his bet on crypto. Long before your cousin was talking about crypto at Thanksgiving dinner, 50 Cent was already in the game. In 2014, for his album Animal Ambition, he made a groundbreaking decision. He accepted Bitcoin as payment for the album. At that time, Bitcoin was worth around $600. He reportedly accumulated about 700 Bitcoins. He forgot about them for years. When the price of Bitcoin exploded in 2017, those sales were worth nearly $8 million. Now here is the plot twist that connects to our bankruptcy story. When he went to court in 2015, the lawyers asked, "Where are the Bitcoins, Mr. Jackson?" 50 Cent denied having them. He told the court he had converted them to dollars immediately. Was he telling the truth? Or was it another move to hide assets in a digital wallet where the government couldn't touch them? We will never know for sure. But it proves one thing, 50 Cent is always 2 steps ahead of the trend. The Tyson whim, the mansion. With his ego in the clouds, he made his only major financial mistake, buying Mike Tyson's mansion in Connecticut. He paid $4.1 million. It seemed cheap. But let's go inside the house so you understand the magnitude of this liability. It wasn't a house. It was a private shopping mall. It had 52 rooms, impossible to use them all, 25 bathrooms, an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, an NBA-certified basketball court, a recording studio, a cinema, and— listen to this. Its own nightclub with stripper poles and a casino. The cost to keep this monster running was $70,000 a month. Imagine waking up on the 1st of every month, knowing you already owe $70,000 just to cut the grass and keep the lights on. 50 Cent tried everything to get rid of it. He even tried to turn it into a retirement home, but zoning laws wouldn't let him. It took 12 years to sell. It was a 12-year lesson in humility. The bankruptcy strategy. Fast forward to 2015, 50 Cent loses a lawsuit for leaking a private video of a woman, and a judge orders him to pay $7 million. His enemies were celebrating. They thought he finally fell. But 50 Cent played his trap card. Chapter 11. Pay close attention here, because this is pure financial education. In the US, there are several types of bankruptcy. Chapter 7 is liquidation. This is when you are truly broke and they sell everything, even your underwear, to pay debts. Chapter 11 is reorganization. This is what corporations, like airlines, use to keep operating while they negotiate their debts. 50 Cent filed for Chapter 11. This stopped the lawsuits instantly. Legally, he told the judge, "Look, I have assets, but I need time to organize them." While the world laughed at him with headlines saying, 50 Cent is poor, he was still living in his mansion, driving his Lamborghinis, and producing his show, Power. It was an asset protection play. In the end, out of the $30 million plus they were demanding, he ended up paying only $23 million on a 5-year payment plan. Basically, he bought his freedom on an installment plan. The art of trolling. But the most brilliant part wasn't the legal side, it was the marketing. During the trial, 50 Cent needed to convince the judge that he didn't have liquidity. But on Instagram, he was posting photos lying in a bed full of cash stacks spelling out the word broke. The press went crazy. The furious judge called him to testify. "Mr. Jackson, didn't you say you were broke?" 50 Cent, with a poker face, replied, "Your Honor, that is fake money. It's prop money for my music videos." The result? Millions of people talked about him. His vodka brand Effin broke sales records thanks to the controversy. He used his own legal misfortune to get richer and more relevant. That is turning lemons not into lemonade, but into premium vodka. Conclusion: the final survivor. Today, 50 Cent has paid off all his debts. He is free. He continues producing series, selling alcohol, and making deals. The comparison with Tyson is brutal. Tyson was a gladiator who needed a master. 50 Cent is a general who answers to no one. The lesson for you is clear. Seek to be an owner, not an employee. Seek equity. Understand the difference between an asset and a liability. Don't buy the giant mansion. And above all, learn the rules of the legal game, because sometimes playing dead is the only way to survive. If you like this analysis of street strategy, subscribe, because in the next video, we will talk about someone who got very lucky, and that luck ruined his life forever. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.